Hey,
Hey, how are you?
good. How are you?
Good. You can hear me fine?
Yeah,
Oh, cool. Cool. It is a pleasure to finally meet you.
yeah. Thank you so much for having me.
So, how crazy have things been for you in the last week or so since announcing the band?
It's been really crazy. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't anticipating the response that we got, so I'm really excited about everything.
Tell me about the response. What's it been like?
Just a lot of excitement, and a lot of opportunity coming from it already, and I'm just super excited.
So, I have to tell you, I moved here about 2 years ago, so I didn't know anything about you. Although my daughter told me when we were moving to Albany, she said, wait a minute, there was a girl on The Voice that was really kick ass, and she's a little younger than you. And she was like, yeah, she was awesome. And I think she was in Albany. So that was my first, like, when I heard anything about you. And then last year, when you put out the Barracuda video with Brooke, I was completely blown away and wrote an article on our Q1057 website about the video. Was blown away.
All right. Thank you so much.
So I was excited to see the band that you guys have put together. So tell me about the band a little bit.
Yeah, so it's all female,
Mhm.
as you know. And yeah, so our drummer is Brooke C. Our lead guitar player is Bella Perron. She is a Berkeley student. And our bass player is a friend of Brooks and now a friend of all of ours, Ashley. And yeah, we all just really have great chemistry, and we're so excited to show people our music and what we're all about and stuff like, and hopefully, play shows.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's gonna happen, but I'm sure every musician is itching to get out there.
It's been tough, but I read an interview
Yeah.
that you did with someone else that said that even though the quarantine and pandemic has been tough, obviously, in some ways it's actually been beneficial to your career.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it, despite all of it, the Barracuda video in particular, actually, because I
Mhm.
because I started putting out a lot of covers, like because I was taking fan requests,
Mhm.
and so I would put them on YouTube, and Brooke and I had just kind of met and became friends and stuff, and we were like, why don't we put out a cover? Because what else are we gonna do? It was just the
Sure.
beginning of the scene. And the response from Barracuda was awesome. It opened up so many doors. And out of that, I got the opportunity to sign a management deal with Surface Management.
Mhm.
And so, those are the type of opportunities that I'm talking about during this. And then, of course, forming the band, and
Right.
getting everything together. Those are the type of opportunities I'm talking about. It just were things that I never expected to come during a quarantine.
So, tell me about the first single, "Hate." I love the song, by the way. It is
Thank
completely
you.
kick ass. It's like
Thank you.
Hailstorm meets Joan Jett.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah, well, Hate is going to be our first single. It comes out February 2nd, I believe. Or no, February 9th, excuse me.
Cool.
Um, and, that song is about just, I mean, pretty self-explanatory. It's just about, getting your heart broken.
Mhm.
Somebody,
Did you write it?
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is there a
And it's,
guy out there that's like, dude, that song's about me?
well, there's a girl,
Okay. A girl
but
out there.
yeah. So yeah, it's just about getting your heart broken, in the worst way, and just feeling betrayed, and you know, hating that they're happy without you,
Sure.
and
Sure.
hating everything about them, but you don't hate them.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
yeah,
I'm sure everybody can relate. The song is
yeah.
super catchy, and you feel all that emotion when you're singing it.
Thank you so much.
So, do you guys have like a bunch of songs? Are you recording now? Are you gonna do a full album? What's the plan?
We've recorded a few songs so far, but we're not don't have an album coming out yet. You know, we kind of just want to put out some of the songs, feel it out, see what the response is,
Sure.
and then kind of, you know, I mean, we would love to do an album, but when we have the means for that and the fan base for that right now, I think an album would be definitely in the future, but not the near future. But
Yeah.
we definitely have some new music coming out that everybody can look forward to.
That's awesome. Now, I know you mentioned with, you know, quarantine and the pandemic and everything, you know, live shows. Have you guys already, are you looking towards the future for Plush to get out and play? Have you done anything or looked into that?
We definitely have, you know, we're thinking about various gigs and wherever we can play. I mean, it's just so uncertain
So up
that,
in the air.
yeah, it's so up in the air and so uncertain. And there's just no, like, there's no, you know, there's no time frame
Right.
that we expect for things to get back to normal or anything. So we're not like, you know, we're more focused on getting music out and interacting with the fans and kind of growing ourselves, I guess, rather than focusing too much on the live shows. But we definitely have thought about putting on, you know, live stream shows where, so that will definitely be in the horizon and stuff like that. And whenever we are able to book actual live shows, people can definitely look forward to that because we can't wait.
Let's say SPAC opens up this summer and bands are coming and concerts are back. Who do you want to share the stage with? What would be on your dream list?
If we played SPAC?
Yeah, let's say you played SPAC and you had, you know, other bands were playing with you, whether you were opening or maybe they were opening for you.
Right.
Who do you want to share the stage with?
I've always had a dream to play a show with Evanescence. I just love, I mean, Amy Lee is my #1 vocal inspiration. When I first,
amazing.
She is ridiculous. And she plays piano amazing too, while she's ridiculous. But you know, she was my like golden standard when I started singing at like 10 years old. I was like, oh my gosh, like, you know, this might sound good, but like, would A. Lee think it's good? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I love it. And so it would be really, really cool to play a show with Evanescence. And Korn. I would love to play a show with Korn. It might be weird because our music isn't quite as heavy as Korn, but it'd be cool to play a show with them, you know?
Well, it'd be nothing else. It'd be cool to share a stage. What was it like sharing a stage with Joan Jett when you got to play with Joan Jett?
Oh yeah, that was incredible. I mean, that was incredible for not just because Joan Jett, I mean, you know, a legend.
I'm absolutely infatuated with her.
Oh yeah, she's amazing. And she's just so badass. It's crazy. And I wasn't expecting her to be as tiny as she is in person. I was like, this woman is like 5'2", 5'3". And I'm like, and so it was cool because I actually got to talk to her, but she's on my eye level, you know, because I'm only 5 foot. So cool. So it was cool to meet her and be able to talk to her face to face. But
it's all to be a rock icon. That's a good thing.
Exactly. I mean, look at Ronnie James Dio.
Yeah. Oh my God. One of my all-time favorites.
Yeah.
You know, he's like 4'11".
Right. I know. And he has one of my all-time favorite voices. But what was also incredible about those shows were the second night that we got to open up for Joan Jett, Hailstorm was also playing that show. So the lineup was myself, Hailstorm, and then Joan Jett. And Hailstorm is, you know, Lizzie Hale's like the Joan Jett of my generation. And it was a dream. It was a complete dream. And I never thought, you know, when I first saw my Hailstorm concert at like 11 years old, my first Hailstorm concert, I never imagined that I would be playing the same stage with them. So for an opening for Joan Jett, it was just a surreal feeling. I don't know how else to explain it other than surreal. And for myself and my bandmates at the time, it was a very spiritual experience too, you know?
Were you nervous? Were you like tons of nervous energy, or were you just like, we're going to go out and rock it?
It was a little bit of both. I'm a very nervous person. I get nervous before every single show.
Don't show it.
Yeah, I've learned how to hide it really well, but I mean, I get nervous before every single show. But once I get past that like second song, maybe I'm pretty good inside. Like I can kind of get myself
Chill.
back to the ground and chill. But for that particular show, I was a little bit more nervous than usual because I mean, I was like, I think I was 16 or 17 at the time, so it was really intimidating, you know.
I'll bet.
So yeah, because then you worry like, oh, what if the crowd doesn't like us? What if this and that? And you know what I mean? And but we went out there and we just did our thing, and it was so much fun.
What so you started playing guitar at like 6, is that right? Is that what I read? Wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing. And when was your first performance in front of people, other than like your living room or something?
I would say my first like real performance in front of people was I in 5th and 6th grade we had to do chorus to, like sometimes you got to do chorus or like
Or band?
or band just to see if like it's something that you want to join in the middle school or
Right.
something. So in our chorus class, my teacher, we have like one fun song a year, and our song in 5th grade was "Eye of the Tiger." And my teacher was like, yeah, we have a drummer and stuff. He's a kid I had in my class. He's in the high school now, but he's going to play with us. We just need a guitar player. And I was super, super shy. I didn't talk. Like, I really did not talk when I was younger, like at all. And so I was like on the down low. I was like, yeah, no, like there's no way I'm going to be playing that. Like, I'm not good enough, whatever. And my younger brother, Gabe, who is the complete opposite of me, complete extrovert, like loud mouth. He's like, Mrs. Wing, Moriah plays the guitar. I'm sitting there. I'm like, shut up. And so she's like, Moriah, come on, just stay after school. Just play the song for me. And what's the worst that can happen? Like just play it. So I did that, and I ended up playing at our end of the year concert for Eye of the Tiger. And that was my first, because we got to play in front of all the parents in the school auditorium. And that was my first performance rush, I guess.
That's amazing. That's a great story. I love that it was your brother that was like, her, make her.
Oh yeah. No, I completely, I credit him with helping me get my, career kickstarted, because I needed to be pushed a little bit because I was a super shy, very insecure person.
It's amazing how many people will say that. I've talked to, in 30 years of being on radio, I've talked to so many different rock stars, big artists, guitarists, singers, whatever. And so many of them are total introverts that are like, yeah, I'm like pretty calm and pretty sedate. And then I get on stage and it's like, well, Alice Cooper always says that. He's like, he's like, he's just, Alice Cooper off stage. He gets on stage, he turns into a character, and he
right.
Yeah. There's a lot of rock stars are that way.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm a complete introvert. So it's crazy. People are always like, you're so shy, but it's crazy with what you do. I'm like, I know, I don't really understand it either yet.
So do your friends, your high school, friends and stuff, do they treat you any different now that you're kind of getting a little stardom going? You got a band, and I mean, things are kind of happening, or is it just like, oh yeah, it's all right?
It's pretty much just, yeah, that's Moriah.
Same old day.
Right, that's Moriah from 5th grade. That's Moriah from 7th grade. Like that's, you know what I mean? Because I am still the same person. But I mean, obviously some of my high school peers will, but not my close, not my close friends. They all.
I'm sure they're your biggest fans.
They really are. They're super, super supportive.
Well, I can tell you, you've got a lot of fans around Q1057 here at the radio station. We're excited for you. Would love to see you just skyrocket. The song is awesome. The band Plush is awesome. We can't wait to hear more.
Thank you.
We're really looking forward to it. And hopefully to see you live this year, playing a big stage here in town.
For sure. I sure hope so.
Absolutely. If people want more information about the band and stuff, plushrocks.com, is that the best place to go?
Yeah, but I think it's plushrocks.net.
.net. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, so plushrocks.net. Yeah, we have Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. So and it's just all Plush Rocks, at Plush Rocks. That's the username.
Cool.
So
We'll put that in the comments down below. We'll have all that for everybody. They can click on it and check out the new single "Hate" as well.
cool. Thank you so much.
Pleasure talking to you, and wish you the best.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Have a great rest of your day.
All right, you too.
All right. Bye-bye.